Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spiegel Mom Scraps channel. It's Kaylin here with another process video. Today I will be using the Scrap and Happy Studio flare that we used in a fun Instagram hop, which you have to go check out if you haven't already. That was on Instagram a few days ago as of posting this, but I'm going to be showing you the process behind that page in case you guys were interested. I'm using this Pebbles, I think it's called Party Time paper pad, and some sketches from Page Maps as my inspiration. They use lots of layers, and I thought with this pattern paper I wanted to use a lot of it up. So since this is a birthday party themed paper pad, although not all of the papers are party themed, I did want to use a lot of them up, especially the themed ones. So you'll see me using some of the cut aparts and like the candle paper and stuff like that. So you'll see me picking out a variety of colors because I know I want those layers under my photos. And you can also see I have some sequins picked out, and those sequins are actually causing the camera to go in and out of focus, so I apologize for that. They're just so sparkly. And I'll be using a bunch of those as well, which you will see at the end. So here I'm pulling out that scrap paper and we shall get started. Oh, it's called Birthday Wishes, not Party Time. My bad. So now I'm going to get started. I want to have this beautiful rainbow striped paper as my background because, as you can tell in the bottom right sketch that I'm working with from August 2017 Page Maps, I want a border and I want it to be bold. So I want to go with the rainbow stripe. And here I'm just working with my layers. I had the scrap candle piece, which I thought would be good behind the photos and super themey. And I was just mentioning there with my fingers that I wanted to make sure I had the sketch turn because I want a more vertical look than a horizontal look. And I also thought I might do some mixed media, but what I end up doing is just inking the edges, which help give that a little bit more definition between the layers, especially since they're all so bright and colorful. So to get started, I'm going to trim down this pink swirly paper so that I can have my rainbow borders on the edges, and nothing too crazy, just trimming off two sides with 1/2 inch each and then making sure they line up. And I wanted a vertical layout for my candles, but as you can tell, the rainbow stripe goes horizontally actually, and that's because I wanted the title to read horizontally. And you'll see that a lot of my decorative embellishments actually go horizontally. So it's a little bit of a complicated thing, but it works out in the end. And here I'm cutting out a little tag that says birthday tickets for, I think it says birthday tickets for, and then it says sweet treats. And this is some photos of my mom on her birthday, and we're just opening presents, so I wanted to make a really fun and vibrant color scheme for this. And then these flare go perfectly. One is a heart and one says I love you more. And those are from Scrap and Happy Studio. Again, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, definitely do. You can find her over on Etsy. And here I'm debating if I should do black ink or gray ink, and I end up going with the black, light black. I don't do heavy inking, but you can see here how that comes together. You can see the definition on all of the pages, but I didn't want to film all that because that's a little bit boring. But I just inked all the edges with my Distress Ink tool, and then here I'm adding a little light blue border strip, and this is from a set I picked up at Joann's so long ago, and I've been just trying to use them on a bunch of layouts so I can get them used up. And here I'm using some Dear Lizzie stickers. These ones have some beautiful like birthday themed items, and I'm not sure which this collection is from. She has so many now, I always get confused. But I picked these up at Tuesday morning a couple months ago and wanted to get using them. So I pulled out one that said celebrate and then a little piece of cake. And now I'm working on layering my photos up on some pattern paper. As you can tell, these photos are pretty yellow. So combating that with actual yellow papers makes the photos look, yes, less yellow, if that makes sense. So by putting orange around them, it makes them look a little bit less yellow, and the brighter colors help pull out those other colors in the pictures. So the wrapping paper that's on the gifts is actually a bright polka dot, so I thought it'd be perfect to use a polka dot paper on here as well. And I did this on another recent layout over on my personal channel where I did like this photo layering, but having the backer piece be all one piece, and I simply just cut it out with my trimmer by using the measurements on the sides. And before I forget, I wanted to ink up these edges, but I really like how cohesive the photos look when you back them on the same piece of paper, and when they're nudged up against each other like this, I think it makes it look like a full piece. And then there's my birthday ticket, which I thought was so cute. And I also have some other bits scattered around that I pulled out, including some tags over on the left-hand side, and then some die cuts and some fun acrylic pieces on the right-hand side. And before I got too much further, I wanted to grab some washi tape. I get this American Crafts pink striped washi tape. I thought bringing in some more pink might be a good idea. And I put that under that photo there to give a little bit more of that that horizontal stripe. So I do have some competing elements here. I have the vertical and I have the horizontal with these candles, but overall I think it works pretty well. The candles help sort of guide the clusters that go up and down, whereas the beautiful rainbow stripe and the washi tape stripe kind of guide the other pieces the other way, so the horizontal ones. So that flare says I love you the most, and these are epoxy flare, so they're not as large as metal flare, which is really, really nice. And I want to find some more of these to use on my layouts because I like that they're a little bit thinner than flare and work a little bit better within the page protectors. So I tucked 2 tags above the top photo there and then added that hip hip hooray sticker from Dear Lizzie. And then I created another cluster on the left bottom photo with those Dear Lizzie stickers. And then I just pulled out a gold tab Dear Lizzie sticker and stuck that under the heart flare on the right hand side. So you can kind of see it coming together. And at this point, I do not know exactly what my title is going to be. I don't have an idea for it. I thought hip 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 hooray might work. Just something simple there at the top. But you can kind of see how this one piece became very easy to move around and came cohesive fairly quickly. And then I just glued those little epoxy flare down with the HEG tape, which works just fine. Because I know some people had some questions about that, how these would adhere, and it just works fine with the regular runner tape. And then I have that cluster down there. I add a little paper clip that is from KI Memories, but I don't think I end up keeping it there. I do move it. And it's like a hot pink sort of color, so it brings in more of that color that's the tag to the right of Hip Hip Hooray. And after a brief pause of the camera, I magically return with some twine. I go with the black and white twine to bring out that black element of the inking on the edges, and then I end up bringing in some black acrylics as well. I bring in this little camera, which is from the Paper Studio, and this black and white twine was actually a gift from one of the racks I received from one of my crafty friends. They always package them so beautifully. And I pulled out some elements that I could use for my title. These are Joy Parade stickers from Fancy Pants. I haven't used them yet. I got them in a grab bag a while back. But I decided to do is Enjoy Together. So it's a light blue and a bright pink. And these color schemes go perfectly together. I think other than the neon green, I think the rest of them match pretty well. So I ended up going with Enjoy Together, and these stickers, they're like an odd sort of puffy sticker. They're not a squishy puffy sticker, they're more of a hard puffy sticker, but when I go to glue them down, they're a little bit hesitant with that. But you can see that I just glued down that other acrylic piece that says Yay, and that's from the Paper Studio as well. And then I grabbed a chipboard present from a different Dear Lizzie set, at least I think it's Dear Lizzie. And then to add another slice of chipboard, I used this little gold and white one. It's just a little stripe to bring in more of that gold that's speckled throughout this layout. So here I go, I glue those titles down, and then I'm onto sequins. I do 50 Sock Hop and Pastel Pasture, and you saw me drop it there. Thank goodness it was closed. But I'm going to use a bunch of these colors sprinkled throughout. And I did add some stars off camera. I don't know what happened to that footage. I did film it. I thought I at least filmed it. And there's also some Amy Tan stickers that I'd put down. But I'm going to be using black sequins, pink sequins, some light blue, and then some orange sequins to kind of emulate that color palette throughout and just add those perfect bits of shine. But this layout's almost complete, guys. Let me know what you guys think of it. I think it's definitely something outside my normal color scheme, but let me know if you like these more complicated layouts where there's a lot more going on, or if you prefer simpler layouts. I'm always interested in hearing about your style and your ideas. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to use my code Caitlin15 for 15% off your next order at Spiegel Mom Scraps. And stay tuned for the close-ups at the end. And definitely go check out the Instagram hop that we did this week with Scrap and Happy Studios. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.